All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving straight into the 2025 AI Index report to get a handle on what's happening in artificial intelligence right now. And trust me, it's a wild ride. We're going to look at the insane costs, the explosion in research, and a really interesting paradox that's shaping everything. Okay, let's just jump right in with a number that, well, it pretty much tells the whole story. Back in 2017, the original transformer model, the thing that's basically the granddaddy of all today's large language models, cost about $670 to train. Peanuts, right? Fast forward to today. A top-tier model, we're talking an estimated $170 million. That jump, that absolutely mind-boggling leap, is really where our story begins. So yeah, we're in the middle of a full-blown AI gold rush. And the evidence for this explosion is it's everywhere. And it's not just about the money. It's the sheer brain power being thrown at this. First off, let's talk research. Just look at the volume of papers being published. In the last decade alone, the number of AI publications has more than doubled. We went from about 102,000 in 2013 to over 242,000 last year. That tells you AI isn't just a niche anymore. It's a massive focus for researchers all over the world. And it's not just talk, it's not just theory. People are patenting these ideas like crazy. I mean, think about it. We went from less than 4,000 AI patents back in 2010 to over 122,000 last year. That's insane. And here's the kicker. China now accounts for almost 70% of all AI patents globally, a huge shift. Okay, but this chart, this one really gets me. It shows the other side of the coin, the collaboration. We're talking about open source AI projects on GitHub. Back in 2011, there were, about 1,500 of them. Today, we're looking at over 4 million. That's an unbelievable amount of shared code just out there, pushing the whole field forward for everyone. So, with all this happening, you gotta ask, who's actually in the driver's seat here? Who are the new titans? Well, the answer reveals this massive power shift that's been happening behind the scenes. So you might think, with all those research papers, it's got to be the universities leading the charge, right? Well, not exactly. When it comes to actually building the big, important, headline-grabbing AI models, industry is just crushing it. This year, a whopping 90% of those landmark models came from private companies. The big names, Google, OpenAI, Meta. But, and this is a really important but, don't count academia out just yet. Because when you look at the most influential research, the stuff that gets cited over and over again, the ideas that really shape the future, the universities are still absolute powerhouses. Just look at this. Last year, China's Tsinghua University was tied with Google for the most papers in the top 100. So the big foundational ideas, they're still very much coming out of academia. Okay, so what's the secret sauce for these industry models? Why are they so powerful and, so crazy expensive? It's actually a pretty simple recipe, but man, is it a pricey one. It really boils down to 3 things, and the mantra is just more, more, more. First, you need more parameters. You can think of these like the neurons in the AI's brain, billions, even trillions of them. Then you need more data. Unbelievable amounts of it from huge chunks of the internet. And finally, you need more compute, just raw processing power to mash it all together. And guess what? All that more adds up to a lot more cost. And when I say the price tag is going up, I mean it's basically a vertical line. Remember that $670 transformer model from 2017? Just 2 years later, we were at $160,000 for a model called Roberta. By 2023, GPT-4 was estimated at $79 million. And now, we're hearing numbers like $170 million for one training run. It's just staggering. So this explosion, it's not happening in a vacuum. It has consequences, these hidden costs that go way beyond the sticker price. And we're really just starting to get a sense of what they are. Yeah, the money is one thing, but what's the true cost here? What about the environmental footprint? What about the resources we're pouring into these things? Let's talk carbon emissions for a second, because this is wild. Training GPT-4 is estimated to have pumped out over 5,000 tons of carbon. To give you some perspective, that's the same as what almost 290 average Americans produce in an entire year. And you can bet the newer, bigger models are even thirstier. And it's not just energy. We've got a potential data crisis on our hands. These models are so incredibly hungry for information that some researchers are now saying we could literally run out of high-quality public data from the internet to train them on. And we're not talking some far-off future. They're estimating this could happen within the next decade, maybe even as soon as 2026. Okay, so all of this brings us to what I think is the most fascinating part of this whole story. It's this central paradox, this kind of push and pull that's happening in AI right now. So on one side of the coin, you have the cost to build one of these top-of-the-line models. As we've seen, it's just astronomical. We're talking hundreds of millions of dollars. That puts it out of reach for almost everyone, right? It's a game for giant corporations and maybe a few governments. But then you flip the coin over, and this is the crazy part. The cost to actually use these models, to ask them a question, to generate some code, it's not just falling, it's absolutely cratering. The cost to use an AI of a certain capability has dropped by a factor of 280 in just a year and a half. So this incredibly powerful tech is becoming dirt cheap for you and me to use. So that leaves us with this huge critical question. Building AI is getting more and more expensive, concentrating power in the hands of a few. But using AI is getting cheaper and cheaper, spreading that power out to everyone. Is that sustainable? Is this whole thing an incredible explosion of progress, or is it a bubble waiting to pop? Where we go from here, well, that's going to define pretty much everything.